Alright, welcome back. We have a pre-live scene, we have a pre-game scene, but we only have a post-live scene. So let's change that and also have a post-game scene. So what is a post-game scene? That is when the match is over, the last match has been played, the winner is determined, and maybe you want to hang out with your co-cast a little bit more, want to show their face again, or maybe you want to have an interview with one of the players. So this is where we're gonna use our post-game scene. And because it's so similar to what's happening pre-game, remember this is what's happening pre-game here, is we're just gonna duplicate the scene, right? And see where that leads us. So just duplicate this, call it post-game. Put it before post-live because it's probably the last thing people will see before you go not live. You are still streaming, but you are not live anymore. Okay, so the tournament logo is fine. If you have a co-caster and you want to hang out here with a co-caster, then the co-caster source is totally legit. I'm gonna show you, however, something else we can do here. I'm gonna get rid of the dual cast cam here. And someone is trying to invite me on HotS, sorry about that. And let's go back here. Alright, so say you want to interview the winner here, and usually you don't have a co-caster. Then you can actually go to Soothsayer, go to Operate, and just put in here winner. Get rid of the social information, it's not needed. And hit update. And then we have here, like, the person you're interviewing is usually the winner, right? So now we're gonna talk about how to set up information for the individual persons later in a later episode. What we're gonna do now is instead that we're gonna show either team logo of who has won. Alright, and you probably have an idea where this is going. We have already team logos in our pre-live scene over here, so we're gonna just copy these as a reference into our post-game scene over here, but we're gonna move them around, make them a little bit larger, and this is where the SD frame actually becomes beneficial for us because we have here an aspect ratio of 800 to 600. So this is the blue team logo. We can lock that or not, it doesn't matter for now, we're gonna lock them later. And now we take the red team logo, copy that, go to post game, post this reference. And now we use the same trick as before, we just take here the transform, copy transform, and apply that to the other team logo, paste transform, and now it's at the same position. And now all you have to do is just make them both invisible, lock them, and once you start your interview, you can just select which one has won and make that one visible, and now everybody knows who you are interviewing, right? You can even go as far as having this one first, and during the interview you just go into Soothsayer, like you ask your first question, and then they start talking, and you just go and put in here the name of the person you are interviewing. So for example, if Asterix is the team captain of Kingfishers and they won the game, I don't know if Asterix is actually the team captain of Kingfishers, I don't even know if he is in Team Fishers, you would have something like this, alright? And you would just hit update on Soothsayer after you put in the name, you hit update, and then that would show up, and now everybody really knows who you're talking to and why you're talking to them. Alright? And I think that is the post-game scene for now. We're gonna revisit this one later. Quick mention here, obviously you kind of can't have them both. So if you want to have like a dual caster, a co-caster here, you would put in Soothsayer, you would put your co-caster's name in here. Alright. And then if you interview someone, you will not have anything in here. Instead, you will have your co-caster's camera instead, and that's fine. So it's a little bit tricky if you have a co-caster and you want to do an interview. You have to make a decision. Do I show the co-caster here or do I show the winner here? And depending on which way you go, you have to update your soothsayer while you are in the scene or right before you are in the scene. And that will clash then with your pregame scene where you have your co-caster in here. So you have to make a decision how you want to do it. There are several legit approaches here, and I leave that decision up to you. Okay, so that is the post-game scene. That one was pretty easy. Let's move on to the next one in episode 23. We're gonna talk about player pop-ups.